Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, yay. Okay. Now we send to them.
What's
Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah?
okay? Do
Go
we
to
just want to
test
do it
my check.
this
Let's see if it says.
way, or do we want to invite Rachel too?
My live doesn't work.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like,
Oh,
I can't find
We
her
pulled
name. I'm like, where
together.
is it?
We pulled together what cares we could in our half-done house. Yeah. We're like,
oh.
we'll just. Hang on.
Did they block your live, Rachel?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
It's weird.
I'm not allowed to use that feature.
Wow. Okay. All right. So,
Dang.
well, what's up, ladies? Welcome to Beyond the Barbell. We are so sorry for that little uh,
Hiccup there. I don't know why it wouldn't let you guys in, which like totally sucks because like I had a great slideshow
stage.
presentation and everything, and like it won't go through StreamYard. So now we're just with the regular
So
live.
this is
So
about to be regulars, but it's okay. So welcome to the Beyond the Barbell. We all know who I am. I am Sharonica Hinton, Women's Physique IFBB Pro and co-host of Beyond the Barbell. And then we have my sister.
Nicole Zenobia Graham, IFBB Figure Pro. Super excited that you ladies decided to come on today and giving us a little bit of your time. You guys are
Really excited to
oh,
be on.
thank you for the opportunity. Seriously, like you guys are
Right back
amazing,
at
like
you. Yeah.
powerhouses. Okay, but this is even matter of fact when I reached out to you, Mel, and I was like, hey, like. What do you think about the idea of like getting on here with Rachel? I'm like, I see that you guys kind of like are around each other, and you're like, no, like we live together. I was like, oh,
What?
that is so
we
freaking dope.
we lived together in Dallas in 22, and
Uh-huh.
then we were there for like 9 months, and then we moved to Tampa together a month before the Olympia. She moved here. We still had our place in Dallas, but we were like, let's go to Tampa.
I was
Um,
about to say, so you were there for 9 months and then moved again.
I just like yeah. I just wanted to finish my prep at NY40 at my home gym, and I had visited Tampa with Rachel for her birthday, like in August, and we got back, and in 2 days we had booked an Airbnb as like a lease, and like a long term Airbnb. Yeah, and then we lived together for a year, and then Rachel was married for a little bit, and um, then during that time I had a bunch of life experiences, and then we came back together.
Well,
And then
I
we ended
love
up back
that you guys
together.
got back together, which is great. I mean,
Gang's all back.
I love the sisterhood bond that you guys have and portray on social media. I mean, it's amazing that you guys not only can train together, see that you guys pose together, you do shows together. So I
Yeah.
mean, you guys have an amazing bond. So
It's we're like it's really unbelievable.
yeah.
I'm extremely grateful. Like our minds, there's something wrong with them, but they work together.
We thought it would be cool to talk about just because we always talk about the fitness world, what we do. Of course, we all get on stage, but a catch 22 is sisterhood and how you find it and how you use it to help you just stay mentally abode when you're in a prep, especially as hard as we go during our season preps. Me and Zenobia, I keep saying sister, see? Me and Zenobia found our little sisterhood, and then this year was the first year that I was able to actually compete with her, and then we did it and made a little road trip out of it, spent almost 3 to 4 weeks together, and that was like the first time that I've done that in all the years I've been competing, which actually made it a lot more fun and just appreciative. So if we could embody that, because I feel like you guys have that sisterhood and that bind, and I want to know how it helps you just stay mentally up during prep, especially when we're prepping for something like Olympia or these pro shows that you guys just recently competed in. So let's talk about that a little bit and how that comes a part of your prep.
uh, well, first I would say that it's a different thing to have something like that, like you were just saying. I've most of my life, yeah, I've been bodybuilding since I was 16. And most of my life I didn't share it with anyone. I didn't even know it was something to share with
Right.
people. I didn't know what being a pro was. It was just something I did, and I knew I was good at it, and it's the way I just wanted to live, and there was no one around me. And then when I moved to Dallas was really the first time I was around it, but to have people who get what you do from the inside out, where when you talk about what you're doing, it's not like when you talk to most people that you're teaching them, you're explaining, they have questions.
Yes.
No, you can talk, you're in the same level and you can expand upon it.
Right.
With most people are around, you're really stunted because no one can help you expand from your level of understanding. But when you have a relationship with someone who gets you on that level, and who's, I think a lot of bodybuilders are very intelligent,
Yeah.
and so who can think like you, who can be creative and scientific like you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel
Absolutely.
that person too, because we get called selfish a lot in this sport, would just get you and would understand, when life gets hard and you just need that person to talk to or call. Me and sis check on each other like every day.
Yeah,
And I'm
and
sure if
it's
you guys
I
were
think
apart, you would do the same thing. It's just that one thing because sometimes I can like disappear
yeah,
for like.
and it's almost like sometimes it's nice. I mean, it's such an isolated sport, like, and I think a lot of the reason too is it just takes so much energy to like try to explain to somebody like what we do and why we're doing it and all the
Mhm.
ins and outs. And it's almost nice having someone where like there's so many times where Melissa and I don't even have to like talk to each other. We just kind of like are around each other. We just know what we're going through, and that's like really nice too. It's like you don't have to explain like why aren't you talking? Like why do you look like you're so sad? Like why do you look so tired? Why and it's just like sitting in the suck together. Like that's nice, and a lot of people don't do that because they just don't have anyone who gets it, and everyone's just so fucking exhausted trying to explain what's going
Yeah,
on.
And
it's
instead, like if I go up to Rachel and I'm like, dude, I feel like shit, and she says anything other than that sucks, I don't want it. Like
Yeah.
like if someone's like, oh, what can I do, or it's gonna be okay, I know it's gonna be okay. I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Just sit with me through it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's funny that you said that because I remember it was 2 weeks out from my last Olympia, and Lou had came here, and she's like, "Yeah, I just want to be there for your last push or whatever." And it was definitely one of those situations where I was just like mute, and she was like, "I get it."
Yeah. Yeah. You know, don't take it personally. It's not like it's nice. It's very rare.
it
Oh,
is
for
very,
sure.
it's very rare. It's
But
really.
I do want to say one thing. I think it's important that the person who's going through it has to have like a a respect where they're not blaming their behavior, or they're not portraying behavior that like taking advantage of being understood.
Yes.
Like don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like still, it's you have to understand. You know why you're experiencing these
You
feelings.
chose to be here.
So if you
Ah,
understand it, you don't really have an excuse to let it control you.
Yeah.
yes,
You gotta tuck that
absolutely.
shit away.
Yeah.
No,
Yep. Yep.
absolutely. That's something that I used to talk about quite a lot in past episodes of, this is something that we chose to do. We're not being forced to do it. This is something that we get to do. So for you to sit here and lash out for whatever reason, or, just be a jerk, an asshole for whatever reason, I mean, there's no reason for that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Who
Like
are
no
you
one's
mad
making you
at?
do this. Like,
Yeah, like playing the victim
this is a
card in the
choice.
world you
Right.
created. Yeah.
Plus, like, I think anger in general stems from some kind of insecurity or something that you're not happy with yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you break it down, like, you're responsible for letting whatever feeling cause the anger.
Yeah.
Like, just don't get angry. Like, be rational about it.
Right.
So, um, this is fun. So I feel like me and Rachel, I actually just met you ladies at Pittsburgh for the first time. Mel,
Yes.
I was like, who is that girl? She's got a nice, amazing body. And then
Yeah,
Rachel, you've always been cool. We talk online, but we never really like,
yeah. We were
like
like, we gotta hang out
hang
backstage.
out, and Rachel made Pittsburgh fun for
You
me.
were
Like,
Pittsburgh fun for me.
it
We
was a
had
lot of
fun.
fun. So I feel like this topic is big because we do live in a competitive world, and what we do is very competitive, where it is like every man for her, every woman for herself. um
Yeah.
but you still can create that camaraderie and that friendship backstage, and I feel like the more you do that, the more you can appreciate what you're doing when you do go out there and perform with each other. You create a bond and just makes this journey even that more sweet. So I can't wait to do Olympia with Miss Rachel
I
here
can't
for
either. I can't.
here. This is
It's
gonna be a lot of freaking fun. If y'all don't know this girl, you haven't met her, she is a lot.
a
A
lot.
big bubbly
Yeah.
personality, and I really appreciate the bond that we're starting to create
Yeah,
here. And we,
dude. And
ladies,
we
I
don't.
live like right down the road,
I
so
know. No, I said we gotta do leg day, girl.
Where is that?
We're going window.
Oh,
yeah,
word.
Yeah, I need to
yeah.
take her up on
That's an
that.
easy
I am.
trip.
We do
I
a little leg
am
day.
going to take that up onto consideration now. Uh, Mel, what do you have? I know Rachel, you're qualified for the Olympia and you're training for that obviously now. Mel, what is your next step? Uh,
I just registered today for the Body B1 Classic in Alabama. Yeah. Yeah. It's great timing. I've been in prep for a long time, and I thought about waiting until Chicago and Tampa. But I was ready at these shows. You know, I placed top five at both Pittsburgh and Optimum. So like I'm ready, and I've improved since then. But if I
Yeah.
try and draw it out, it's not going to be so good for so long. You know. So
Oh,
yeah. So and then I'd have to like if I do qualify at those shows, then I would have to go into prep for the Olympia.
right.
So that would be all you know. So Alabama, um, Nicole, I plan to take it.
Same here.
As I'm sure you do too. Um, and then take a little
They're
break.
just fighting on the stage with the trophy, like tug of war.
But yeah, that's the plan. Hit the Alabama show, give my body a rest, and then hopefully go into Olympia prep.
It will
Okay.
be done.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds
Sounds like a plan.
like
Hey.
well,
So, what I wanted to talk about, with you, Mel, with you coming back, this season, and what I've noticed, with your physique, I mean, I think by far that this has been the best package, that I've seen from you. I mean, the conditioning, the shape, you know,
It's
t-
gotten better.
t- tell me a little bit about that. And, how was your prep and, getting ready, coming back into this season?
So this prep has been I was ready for and my mind and body were I mean my mind's not perfect, you know, but my I was in a spot where I gave my mind in my off season. I didn't grow much. I my conditioning improved this year,
Mm,
absolutely. But if you look at like the size, I really didn't grow much, and that's okay because that wasn't my goal for this off season. That wasn't where I was looking to grow.
But your
gotcha.
size almost worked. You do look bigger
I
because of your conditioning.
right,
Hmm.
Yeah.
right. But and of course I took some time away from training. I was boxing for a little bit, just letting myself rest, and it put me in a mental spot. I believe like if you know happy mind, happy body. I think if you believe things will work, and if you're in a place where you can really where you want to be doing what you're doing, and sometimes in order to want to do it, you need to step back. Because I
Absolutely.
was after my last prep, it was not good. My showing at New York Pro last year the only reason I'm glad it happened is so that there can be a contrast between that and this year.
Gotcha.
You know, but after that prep, I was not good. My body was in a not good spot, and I just stepped away. And I came back, and that's why I was able to have the prep that I'm having right now. And I'm responding. I have moved around the country over the past 3 months, shipping my things everywhere. My car just got here from Denver, but I was in New Jersey last month. Uh, and and that probably sounds crazy. A lot of people are like, "How are you doing that in prep?" I drove to Denver 6 weeks out from Pittsburgh, from Tampa,
Holy
and
smokes.
it's like I these things feel like the right thing to do. They don't like I have a thought, I gotta go do it, and I fulfill myself, and that's making this a smooth prep.
Good.
Yeah.
That's it's something to say, can the sport, yes, be physically challenging? Absolutely. But it's something else where the mind can take you. I mean, our sport, I think, is just more mental than anything. And um, sometimes you do need to take a step back in order to get to where you really need to be, in order for you to be at your most optimal for a prep. So, there's definitely nothing wrong with taking a step back and taking some time. I mean, the stage is always going to be there.
And I wanna mention the reality of the fact that it's not just your mind, as in like your perspective and everything, but it's also chemical.
Oh,
Like we're dealing with
absolutely.
hormones,
Yeah,
so that stuff's gotta get some kind of balance to it, as well as your feelings.
absolutely. Absolutely. I hope everyone's taking away these gems here. I mean,
Yeah.
no joke, seriously, between, like she said, mental and hormonal. This is why it's super important that we are consistently having blood work done and all of that great stuff,
Yeah, so
so
true.
that we know exactly what's going on and making sure that we are leveled out and that we are healthy, especially being women. So it's huge.
Now, Rachel, you had a comeback season too this year, right?
Yeah, I did.
So let's talk about your story coming back to the stage and how prep has been and how hard it was getting to the first show. We know you went through a hard time a couple weeks out. So if you want to embellish on that.
Yeah, yeah, this year was crazy. 2025 was like, I was like, it's gonna be a great year, and then it was just like, fucking shit show. Um, it started off crazy, so I got to start the year by getting divorced, which was like awesome, and then um, yeah, that was cool,
Okay.
and then like amidst that, amidst that, like I was like, oh well, at least I have my dog. And then this other dog like attacked me and my dog, so we got in this really bad dog fight accident thing, and I got my whole arm like completely lacerated. Like my tendons and ligaments were hanging out. I had to go to a plastic surgeon. I took like a 250-pound bite force to my arm, and I'm convinced the reason it didn't break is because I'm a lifter and my
Just
bones are so solid. But I had a ton of stitches. I was recommended to go to surgery, and I got a staph infection, E. coli. It was like just everything bad that can happen with a dog bite. My dog got messed up too. He was recommended for surgery.
Um,
And I was 12 weeks out. And because I've been off stage for 2.5 years, and I like the past 2.5 years, like, I mean, I've kind of shared on my Instagram like some of the mental health things and just other things that went on during that time. It was just really rough, and there was a long period of time I didn't even know if I was like, do you even still like got it? Like, are you even still got that girl in there? Like, and
Hilarious.
I was like, I don't know.
I believe you.
Yeah, I was like, is she even still in there? Like, I wasn't posing. It was just, um, but then it was weird because once I got bit by this dog, anytime someone in like in my life or something anytime something tries to like take something from me that I love, it like kind of reignites a new fire of like protect like that's mine. And like I like all of a sudden having everything kind of stripped away from me and like having doctors tell me like no stage for you. And you know, my coach was like, let's wait on a show. And like everyone's like, no, just rest. And I was like, no, fuck that, dude. Like I've been off stage for 2.5 years. Like, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna work out with this, but I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I was like, let's just hold off on this surgery, see what I can do. So I did. I like went to the gym every day. I like literally like tied my arm to the machine I was using. I did legs. I stuck on my diet. I put a ton of BPC and TB 500 in my
Your
arm like three
doctors,
times a day.
game changer.
I was like trying. I was just like everywhere, and shit started to turn around. I started to heal really fast. And once I beat that infection, that was like the worst part. The Staph E. coli infection and like training on antibiotics was an insane experience. But and same with my dog. They told him he needed surgery, and I just blasted him with a bunch of TB 500 and BPC 157. And
It worked.
yeah, like it was like I guess the physically hardest prep of my life, but like it was the best prep of my life. Like I had so much gratitude. I everything was like I was like a minimalist mentally. I was just like since I didn't really have the luxury of like worrying about like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. I'm hungry today, or like I have to do cardio. I was just like, I hope I beat this freaking E. coli infection and don't have to get my arm ripped open. So like any little like win was massive for me, and it made me really appreciate bodybuilding and like the experience and um just like testing all these parts of myself that I didn't know existed anymore. I was like, oh, is that girl still in there? Like I kind of saw all these like pieces of Rachel come back of like every day I was almost like, how the hell did you like figure that out today? I was like, I would wake up in the morning like, how the hell are you gonna do that? And then I would go to sleep like, how the hell did you do that? Like, and it was cool. It was a disastrous series of events that had to happen to like remind me of who I was. And so by the time I got to Pittsburgh, I mean, not that I didn't care if I won or not, I just felt like a fucking rock star because I got Rachel back. I was like mentally, and I was like John Wick. I was like, hit me with whatever, and I got it at this point. Um, my life was back on track. I was getting up there. I was like finishing this chapter. It was exactly 3 months to the day from the day I got bit by this dog, and it was such a turnaround. Like, I mean, I didn't even know if I was gonna be on this plant like this earth anymore. A year before that day, so like it was great. And then just getting up next to like the best in the world. I got to get up with Sharonica. Got to get up with a lot of other girls in the top 10. I got to get up next to Natalia, and um, it was the first prep I had with my new coach, Andrew Wu, and it was like the best showing I've ever had in my life. So I was just like sick, like, and things have just gotten better since, like, or I'm just looking at things through a different lens. And I got to do my routine, which was like a huge moment for me, like getting back on stage and posing again, and just doing this sickest routine I've ever done in my life
That's
after
pretty
like
dope.
getting my arm ripped open and having to learn how to pose again basically and like teaching myself at all hours. So it was just really meaningful. And then I got Optimum 2 weeks later, won that, got the qualification, hurt some more girls' feelings, and
I
yeah, I just
told you
got to
I
have like
love.
a little, yeah, I got to have like a little Lord Voldemort moment. Like she's back. Like, it's really cool.
Um, both of you girls in your stories, I like how it kind of basically tells you how this sport is not just hard physically, it's hard mentally, it's hard spiritually, it's hard. It basically is a sport that, like we said before, will make you level up in every aspect and corner of your life,
Absolutely.
literally. Um, and that's kind of why I do love the sport of bodybuilding, because I feel like the person I am today is because of what I do.
Um,
I'm a better person
The
I was
skills are so transferable. It's not just like people don't realize, like, oh yeah, you're disciplined, you follow a diet. I'm like, no, like that says a lot about my character. Like that trickles into
Yeah.
everything. That
Yes,
trickles into my relationship. That trickles into my business. That trickles into how I treat a stranger on the side of the road. Like
exactly.
Well, people think
deep.
of like this like mind and body separately, like as if bodybuilding is just something that you physically do. It's not.
Not,
Yeah.
no,
You've got to build the mind for it. You have to, and you have to be so fluid and so willing to drop your current beliefs
Surrender.
and create new understanding and like sort of like expanding that,
and find
and
yourself.
yeah, but you
Stay
can't you can't do you can't build your physique to these levels if your mind isn't there with it, if you're not also
absolutely,
working on it, if you're not connecting those things.
absolutely.
Very true.
and our bro was chiming in saying that discipline definitely carries over to his daily life. That's true. Like I said, this aspect, every corner of your life will become part of it, and it probably leveled up just because you are more disciplined, not just through your physical activities, but through your mind.
Hmm. Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
absolutely. So thank you, girls, for those stories. Now, Zenobia, you want to embellish up on another topic here, or?
Hold
Yes,
on.
yes, indeed.
I'm gonna
Yes.
pee really fast. Potty break. You guys talk.
Okay.
Bodybuilding.
Lots of water. Lots of water.
Oh my god, there was a point. Right now I'm drinking less water, but there was a point during all my road trips where I was drinking like 3 gallons a day. Yeah,
and
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 it was like
a road
it took
trip
me
that,
so much
that long.
longer to get where I needed to go.
Oh my
I
gosh, I
know.
could not. Oh
I
my gosh.
it was I just like worked up to it, and I take so much sodium in that I thought I needed that, but the truth is I was walking around like really uncomfortable most of like I look good in my check-ins in the morning, but then all day I'm like not like bloated or like water under my skin, but just like I felt
Hmm.
like I couldn't hold my stomach in,
Just full
and
of
so
water.
yeah, and I still pee every 45 minutes, but it's not 3 gallons.
3 gallons. I'm still trying to work up to 3 gallons. Let's not talk about that. But
Yeah,
Why?
no.
Why?
Sorry,
What's
y'all.
there's no
I'm not
point.
touching past two.
two,
Absolutely not. I don't
you
even
know,
touch, honestly, really
Why did
past
you
one
want
and a
three?
quarter.
right?
Yeah,
Your kidneys are
Well,
I mean,
screaming.
since I dropped it
yeah, they
down,
are. You're right. You're right.
I've kept my
It's
sodium
so
up,
sometimes
Okay.
be
and
so hot.
my body's flushing. I'm tight. I've been tight all day. Like since I really dropped it, like a week
Okay.
ago, I've been tight all day, every day, the whole week, and I'm kicking my salt up because I'm cramping.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm drinking like 2 gallons of water. We're good.
I think it kind of depends on your like expenditure too. Like if you're like running around all day, like have a job outside, like you're a soccer coach,
Yeah,
like
so that's
maybe
what
you
I kind of.
need that.
Yeah.
But like some people just up their water, like because they're like, oh, time to up the water. It's 8 weeks out. It's like why? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I,
Now,
I'm
so
not the biggest
order.
water fan to begin with.
I think like a
To
gallon,
say
gallon
that,
and a half is good for
yeah,
me.
yeah. During like my depletion, it's one and a quarter. That's as high as I go.
Yeah,
I think I can reach over to sometimes because I start so early in the mornings and it's
yeah,
hot
yeah.
as
Same.
crap here in Florida. And when I am posing people all day and talking all
Yeah,
just
girl.
in just sweating out,
For
constantly sweating and peeing,
girl.
sweating and peeing, because I can get through a gallon and probably a quarter before 10,
Yeah,
11 o'clock.
I could too
Then
if
you
I.
got the whole day left to continue to drink water with all my meals. So sometimes I would get to that 2.5 pretty quick, but
Yeah,
by the end of the day, just because it's super hot here
I mean,
outside.
whatever
Hi,
you're doing is working.
Danielle.
Your conditioning's so good, girl. So keep doing what you're doing.
Um, when I was in New Jersey, what I was doing, I was waking up and I was doing body work and posing and doing my check-ins like all in the morning for like three
hmm.
hours, and so I would just drink my first gallon like through that
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I see
easier in
that.
the mornings.
before I
It
even
is easier
started to eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
before you start to eat. Well,
Hey,
see,
Danielle.
oh, somebody's chiming in. Anybody on live have any questions for these ladies while they are here and live with us in person? You can ask anything, just not crazy.
Well, I actually have a question. I mean, seeing as that, you guys have this bond and this sisterhood, like, how did y'all even meet in the first place?
Oh, that's crazy. So like I um I was like, this in 2022, like, I started to get in a bad place mentally, and I was like, not like the vibe at the gym wasn't good at the same at that time. I had just got out of a relationship, and I was like, God, I want to like get out of here for a while. And I was talking to Sarah Blagus, Miss Olympia,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Yo, I have a gym in Texas. You should come out here and like PT people, and you can just live here for a little bit and like get away." And I was like, "Cool." So I went to Dallas, and then
Well, no. Oh,
yeah,
we saw each other. You came to my Tampa Pro Show, my pro debut. You were there.
oh yeah, we did meet there
We
the
met
first day,
there for the first time.
but we met for
But
like an
we,
hour
we knew each other through Shelby on Instagram.
on Instagram. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Shelby.
And then
Wait,
after I went to Dallas, Melissa and I were like talking on the internet. She was like going through a hard time or something, and she like you kind of like wanted to get away from your situation.
I
And
had
I was
just
like,
broken up with a boyfriend and
yeah,
home and
I was like, why don't you come to Dallas for like the weekend and like check it out? And she like came
well,
down.
no, Sarah.
Oh my god, dude, let me.
Yeah,
tell
you're
the
getting it
story.
wrong.
Who
You're getting
cares?
it wrong.
It sounds good.
No, Sarah. No, this makes it cooler.
Oh my god.
Because Sarah had messaged me separately in like early November and offered me a job at her gym in Dallas.
Yeah.
Like she asked me if I was interested. And then I saw Rachel at Nationals in Orlando in November, later that month, and I told her that I had this job offer, and she said that she had this job offer, and we were like, let's go to Dallas.
Yeah, I was like, move in with me. And like I had just moved into like a 1 bedroom apartment. Like just moved all my shit in there. And then like the next day I was like at the front office. I was like, can you guys move me to like a 2 bedroom apartment? I was like moving all my shit. And then Melissa drove down. There was like this massive snowstorm. Like
Oh my
she's
god.
like and the same thing happened when she came to Tampa after Dallas.
There was
like,
a hurricane.
There was a
when I
hurricane when she
Tampa.
came. Every time she tries to come to me, there's like a massive weather event.
It's a warning.
And she's just like drives through it and gets to Dallas, and then we just like
I waited, but
we lived it up in Dallas. We trained at Destination Dallas. We had some of the most ridiculous, insane like PTSD training that we've
Like,
ever
when
done.
when I think about like Rachel and I, we've been training together a few times since I moved back here. But when I think I'm gonna train with her, it's like this fear and anxiety washes over my body. Not at her, but at the way that we trained together
Yeah.
for a year
should I
together
be
in Dallas.
worried?
Huh?
I feel like I should be worried a little bit.
I mean,
I don't know.
it was just so
The train
much
with you
work.
and them, that sound like that might be a little crazy.
We were crazier. We weren't as smart. Like we're still as intent. We still have the same amount of intensity, but like we were like dumber than like lifting wise.
Right.
We just did like a million of everything. Like it was just like we didn't pay attention to like our
We had
nervous
arm
system.
days that felt like leg days
Yeah,
because they were so hard.
Yeah, we had arm days
Like,
where we would like sleep like 16 hours after. Like it was just
yeah,
ridiculous.
we would like
Oh
fall
yeah,
down the stairs.
Yeah.
But look at us now, you know.
Look at everything now. They look good. We look great.
That is
Figured it out.
hilarious.
Figured it out.
Trial and error, you know.
Trial and error. And
Oh
we're both like
man.
we're both like not quitters, so we're both looking at each other like let's just keep going.
Like she's doing it, I gotta do it too. I gotta do it more.
Yeah,
She thinks I'm stronger than her, and I have to.
yeah. Both like, I'm not stopping until you stop.
We also at the time we had just started training together. We didn't have each other's like spotter styles down. You know how some people like a spotter as soon as it gets hard, or they want well, whatever they want. Shoot reps. Some people want it like if they're really failing, and we would just. It was just a little bit, like touchy because it would be like, if you spot one at the wrong time, it's like, don't touch it, or why did you get me,
So she's screaming at you like, "Don't touch it! I don't want to."
Yeah,
And then
Okay.
the next time she like doesn't touch it, like, why didn't you get
Like,
it?
why didn't you spot me?
And I was like,
You said don't
am
touch
I
it.
sorry? Like, I was like, this is taking so much energy. So once I was deeper into prep that year, I was like, I'm gonna train a different time.
Yeah, we started trying to stop changing it.
Yeah.
But now we have like telepathic communication. You know,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
that's good.
We don't even talk.
No, never.
Oh wow, that is hilarious. Oh
So
man.
do you like? Okay, I love it. I love the combination. Women's and figure. I don't know why these two categories seem to gravitate to it towards each other when it comes to
Yeah,
friends.
well, this physique
Or
figure.
and
Yeah.
look, figure and physique, figure and physique.
Yeah,
Um,
it's funny.
Lou, our other co-host, is also figure.
Yeah,
So then when they invited me to be a co-host on the show, I was like, oh, that would be cool. Figure and physique. It's
That's
always
cool.
those two girls. We just seem to find that bond, and it
yeah,
sticks.
It's a vibe.
Um,
it's a vibe.
yeah, and I love it. So we are thanking you ladies for just coming on and spending your time with us today. This was a lot of fun. I like the topics that we talked about. It wasn't your original, you know, oh, I did this on stage. Da, 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 da. This was, I hope you ladies or
Yeah.
people out there watching took these tips from us today. Any last comments or things you want to say out to the community
Um,
today?
well, I want to thank anyone who joined the live, and if you guys have questions, you can DM or reply to my stories about anything. And I also wanted to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to have these conversations with you. Like this is the stuff that it's that sisterhood. It's amazing to have that and
Yeah.
have different minds. Like I can't have her all the time, so it's nice to talk to other people who get.
Yeah. Yeah, no
No, honestly, when I
problem.
got to actually meet and talk with you for the first time backstage at Pittsburgh, I was like, dude, she's freaking
That's
cool, man. Like it was a
what I
Yeah.
good
said about
vibe.
Rachel.
I know,
Like,
same as Veronica. Like, man, I was like,
Yeah, like,
I would hang out with you outside of
cool.
this.
Yeah, I was freaking love. So I will be coming to. I don't. I'm pretty busy over the next couple weeks, but we got to make that weekend where I do
Yeah,
come up there and we try.
come to
We're
You
not
girls
going
are more
anywhere.
than welcome to come down to Orlando.
yeah,
Uh,
dude.
make
Kaika's
it out
down in
of it.
Orlando too. He's my client.
or Atlanta.
Oh, I love Atlanta.
We all
Yeah.
take a trip to
I
Madhouse there.
gotta stay away
Um,
from Atlanta.
wow. Oh God. So again, I
Yes.
just thank you, ladies. Z thanks you. Our other co-host is not here right now, but she thanks
She's
and
away on
yeah,
business, but
is on business.
she's definitely missed. She really wanted to be here, but
We'll do it
unfortunately,
again.
yes, we're definitely gonna do it
Yes.
again because you're gonna qualify. You're already qualified. Already qualified. I'm gonna qualify, and
Yeah.
we can just do this as a whole Olympia thing
Yeah.
here.
Yep,
Yeah. Just say
that'd be cool.
for the
That will be cool.
Oh, we
yeah.
could do it
Revisit.
in person.
Oh.
All of us together in Vegas.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope y'all are catching this vibe that we're catching right now.
I'm looking at
But
I got it.
everybody is freaking amazing. But like I said, I enjoyed this, and you guys are more than welcome back together or one person. But I'm pretty sure it's two of you together because you live together. But we welcome you at any time.
Thank you.
But
Thank
yeah,
you, girls. You guys are awesome. We'll see each other soon. We'll speak
Yes,
soon. I know.
ma'am. We shall see each other soon.
All
all
right.
right,
All
ladies.
right.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am. 2 weeks
Yep,
out.
that's right.
All right.
All
All
right,
right,
y'all.
love.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Night.
You too.
Bye.